Ladies and gentlemen, it's currently January of 2025, and something new has rocked the world. And that something new is named DeepSeek. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about AI and chatbots and all these types of things, so I'm going to give you my perspective of what this is. It's basically a much cheaper way to do everything that ChatGPT has sort of done over the last few years. DeepSeek is a project from China, and it has removed $1 trillion from the tech stock market over the last few days here at the time of recording. So I did what any sensible person would do when such a thing happens. Buy NVIDIA stock. No, this is not financial advice. I challenged DeepSeek to a chess match. You see, on this channel, I have played almost every chess bot in the world. And chatbot. We recently did the Chatbot Chess Championships. So I have to play DeepSeek. And that's what I'm going to do in today's video. And then maybe I will pair it against Stockfish. Maybe I'll pair it against ChatGPT. And we can see who wins. Also, very quick reminder. This next part is for people who ever got one of my courses before on Chessly. You should have gotten an email in your inbox if you never signed up for the new platform, which looks like this. That is because you've got a few days left to claim a substantial discount as a member of the previous platform. For anybody that doesn't know, my new educational platform is an all-access subscription pass, and you get access to over 50 courses with many more arriving every single month, and the site is improving. Many of you have signed up for the very first time, but some of you had courses on the previous platform, which you keep forever, and you get a good discount. So check your inbox for that email, all right? And if you didn't get one, find a way to get in touch. Now, for everybody else, sit back, relax, and enjoy your nonstop flight to Gotham versus DeepSeek. DeepSeek, given the Grandmaster title, and has the Chinese flag. And I am an international master, and I'm from the United States. Here we go. DeepSeek opened the game with pawn to e4. Very good move. And I thought, well, I don't really know how good my opponent is, right? I know that it's been able to accomplish so many things that an AI can do at the fraction of the cost, but can it play chess? And so I challenged it in the most confrontational way possible. An opening known as the Sicilian defense. Striking back at the center by utilizing a flank pawn and ready to develop my knight, right? That's how we want to play in chess. This video might hit the YouTube algorithm. Some of you watching this might be watching one of your first chess videos ever. Welcome! My name is Levy. I'm a balding 29-year-old man from New York City, and I will... the self-proclaimed internet chess teacher, let's put it this way. White now plays knight to f3. In the Sicilian defense, the most common way for white to play is to target the center like this, make a trade, put the knight there, and then bring out the rest of the pieces. Beginners, if you're watching, you kind of want to move pawns, knights, bishops, and get kings to safety. All right, because kings kind of suck. Now I played the move e6. There are many different Sicilian defenses. d6 is the Najdorf Sicilian. Knight c6 is just knight c6. There are many, branches that were sort of setting into the ground. DeepSeek played d4 here, which is the open Sicilian. I captured on d4, and it played knight takes d4, which is exactly normal. Now, again, I have no idea what to expect. I don't know how good this thing is. I have no clue when it's going to try to do some illegal things. I played knight to c6 here. This is the Taimana variation. And at this point, DeepSeek was doing what most chatbots do. It was trying to tell me exactly what I was doing. It was like, knight c6. You are playing the Taimana of Sicilian defense. This is a very sharp and tactical system, which relies on queenside counterplay in the forms of queen c7. And I was like, yo, relax. I didn't ask. Plus ratio. Queen c7, and I skipped a move. No, I didn't skip a move. What am I talking about? Knight c3 and queen c7. I verbally skipped a move. I said queen c7, but that move had not happened yet. So this position has been reached many times. Now bishop to e3. Now, at this point, generally black plays a pawn to a6, a knight to f6, a bishop to b4, and then sort of castles. Now, I kind of, I don't know how good my opponent is. So I was like, well, I'm going to go bishop b4. It's not the best move, but it's a natural move. You pin the knight to the king. The knight cannot move. That's what that's called. For anybody watching this that doesn't know what the heck I'm talking about, but I sound funny. Bishop on b4 is pinning the knight to the king. And notice it is very common in chess for two pieces to stare at each other, and actually it would be bad for either side to make the first move. Unlike in dating, make the first move. unless you haven't showered. Queen d2. So blocking a pin, right? You've got this blockade here, and now I played knight f6, targeting the pawn in the center of the board. And DeepSeek made a mistake, and I was very happy to see this. I've got a pin here on the knight, and now that means that that knight is no longer really defending that pawn in the center of the board. So I grabbed it with knight takes e4, and now I have an advantage. I have an advantage because the queen is under attack, and the knight cannot take the knight, because then I would be winning the queen. So I was very happy here. I was like, caught him. See, I almost called it Seed Geek. DeepSeek, that's very tough to say, because seek is a deep. Anyway, DeepSeek is under pressure already, and it must have thought that I was just an idiot because it played knight takes e4. And the reason why this is jumping up is because it thinks it's white's move, but it is actually my move, and I grab the queen. And now I am winning, because I'm going to get a queen and a pawn for a knight and a bishop. And actually here, it moves the king into the center of the board. So I'm doing well. I have an extra queen, and the way you win with an extra queen is like this. You don't lose your queen. You keep your queen safe, you make trades, because the more trades you make, the less pieces are on your opponent's side of the board to do damage with. It's also good to protect your king, and then you're going to have to bring these pawns forward. All right? The only way your piece presence is going to be felt of your queen and your rooks and bishop and knight is space. More space. So when I saw this, I was like, all right, easy. This is going to be an easy game. So I castled my king. Castled, white already has castled, and here black is just doing excellent, because these are my next few moves, maybe going to trade, whatever. So I castled, and now the problem started, because here DeepSeek played rook to e1, which for the uninitiated might seem like a very, what's the big deal? It just moved its rook to the center of the board. Well, it moved its rook through the bishop. And once these chatbots start bending the rules, all bets are off. All bets are off. Now I'm like, okay, well, I have to avoid trades. That's my strategy when I play chatbots, because they play on a 7-dimensional board. The more pieces I trade, the more I am losing fighters. And it's not going to work out well, because I don't summon pieces back from the dead, and I don't move pieces through walls. So I played a6, because I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait and slowly crawl in. And the thing is, when you start engaging with the chatbot, it starts freaking out. It really doesn't like confrontation. So it plays bishop to d3. Now, visually, white's position actually doesn't look that bad. White is just down a queen, which is a problem. That's not really how, you can play. So I went b5. And again, I'm doing this because I'm sort of trying to crawl up the side of the board without getting into a confrontation, because if I do, it's going to, electrocute me, and that's going to be the end of the game. Now, knight to f3, retreating the knight from the center of the board and also disengaging from my knight. And now, even though white has this big cluster, I can't really target it with anything. And actually, white is not so far away from getting a totally reasonable position. White can play bishop c5 and plop the knight into d6 and maybe lock in the bishop. And I got to be a little bit careful. Like, this is not such an easy position to play for most people. So knight f3, I played bishop to b7. And what I had not been ready for was the following move, because what I thought had happened a few moves prior. Remember when I took my opponent's queen? No, that was an imposter. That wasn't a queen. That was a piece playing dress up as the queen. The queen now returns with queen to e2, and now I am losing. I am losing because DeepSeek summons a queen from another dimension, and I am now not just down one piece. I am down two. Two piece, which is a new anime. I'm down 2 pieces, because remember I gave up my knight and my bishop? Well, I don't have those pieces anymore, and now I'm losing. Okay, this is a new circumstance that I was not expecting, so I play rook to c8. Why? Well, I've got to bring some pieces to the game, right? And I'm still trying to disengage. Thing is, you don't know. You don't know what the computer is going to do. So I play rook c8, bring the piece over here, and here DeepSeek plays the move pawn to c3. I can't really explain this move, but I think it didn't like that its king was stuck in the center, so it's trying to, walk its king to the corner where the king will be happy. You really cannot play chess with a king in the center of the board. It's like having your shoelaces tied together, having rocks in your shoes. It's spiky. It doesn't feel good. We don't like that. So pawn to c3 on the board, and I bring my other rook. Why? Well, I've only got 5 pieces left. I'm not going to be able to beat this demon with my pawns. So I have an anti-chatbot strategy, which is keep the pieces together and keep them solid. King c2 here played. If King c1 had been played, I wouldn't have had this thought. But King c2 was played, obviously trying to run the king away. Probably what I should do is maybe attack with the pawns, but I saw an opportunity to play knight to b4 check, right? With the pin on the knight and the king. Knight b4, the king goes back though, and now my knight's got nowhere to go. Under normal circumstances, probably getting the bishop is a good thing, which is what I did, but ultimately, this only works if the rook is capturing the knight, because then bishop e4 wins a piece and pins the rook to the king. But after queen d3, I am simply down 2 horses. I am just down 2 horses, and it's really uncomfortable for me because, number one, there is this move, which absolutely shuts down my position. This is a really brutal move for me, hitting everything, by the way. Or knight g5, just simply going for a mate. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not in a happy position. This is not good. I play f5. And I'm sort of hoping that at this point of the game with the confrontation on the board, that, you know, DeepSeek is going to malfunction, but in a way that's good for me. But yes, in this position, DeepSeek plays pawn g3. It completely ignores the attack on the knight on e4. Completely ignores it. Because it wants to go bishop f4. And now, not only do I win a knight, I also win a queen. Now I am completely winning. Because I get the knight. I could have taken it with the pawn with a fork and then won the knight. But this is really bad. I'm pinning the queen to the king. This is called an absolute pin. Because the queen can't move anywhere. Right? I was like, there we go. Now we're in business. I'm going to win the queen. But I had absolutely no idea what was coming my way. Because here, DeepSeek does a backwards spinning wheel kick and kicks me straight in the face. Rook takes e4. This rook has special powers. It teleported through the bishop. It teleports through another bishop. That rook does not adhere to the laws of physics, teleporting through 1 and 2 walls, and it takes on e4. And even though I can win the rook, after queen takes e4, I am in big trouble. I am losing this game. Why? Because here, I'm down a point of material. I have an extra rook, but white has an extra knight and bishop, and 2 pieces are simply better than a rook. More often than not. White has 4 pieces to play with. I only have 3. And the presence and power of my rooks is not felt on such a board. Whereas these pieces are felt. The bishop is going to point at my king. The knight is going to help the queen. When I got here, I was like, oh, I am busted. I am probably going to lose this game. So I did what any sensible person would do. And I teleported a queen. No, that's not what I did. I follow the rules. So I played h6. To prevent anything from going to the g5 square, to make sure my king has some breathing room. There is no knight g5, and I was waiting to see what DeepSeek would do. DeepSeek played a nice move here, queen g4, aligning the queen with my king and creating a threat of bishop takes h6. This move pins the pawn to my king, so bishop h6 is a very, very nasty little move. I'm losing. I play king h8. I get out of the pin. The problem is that now, if white just plays bishop d4 and puts the knight into my position, I'm in severe trouble. All right? Bishop d4, queen g6, threatening everything. Like right now, bishop d4 would probably be lights out. I have to defend myself. White is going to play queen g6. I am almost losing for sure, because queen h6 is... I don't even know how I'm supposed to defend this. I straight up do not know what I would have had to do here. Probably play e5. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm mated no matter what, honestly. Like, knight g5 is coming in. So, yeah, queen g4 was played, and I ultimately went king h8. And rather than playing any of those moves, after queen g4, king h8, it went queen h5. And I was like, okay, we're surviving. This is fine. d6, bringing the queen to defend myself. There's some sacrifices. Of course, I am totally losing. Rook e1 played. Okay, at this point, DeepSeek is sort of losing the control of the position. No problem, so I launch a counterattack. This is a desperate times, call for desperate measures situation. I am trying to open the C file so the presence of my queen and rook are felt. Now it gets closer, queen g6. Now I'm really feeling the pressure. So I play the move b4. Because if we have a counterattack opening up here, I will get there just in time. C takes b4 played, A takes b4 played. That doesn't work because of the queen. That doesn't work because the protection is very, very nice for the white king. I'm not doing very well. Rook c1 played, though, that's not really what I expected, because after queen d7, I think I'm doing quite okay. And rook c8, look, the advantage for white has gone down a lot. This is actually a pretty stable position. That is kind of instructive, no? If we back up just a second, this position for white was very, very, very good. Before white started opening up the position a lot and everything. But after the rook trade, when I moved away and the rook came down and I captured, I'm actually doing quite all right here. And I am getting a little bit optimistic that I have substantial enough counterplay ready to go down that side of the board. But now we get pandemonium. Now DeepSeek shows me what it had been planning all along, and it plays the move queen takes h6. So I took the queen and I breathed a sigh of relief because now I am winning. Suddenly, the dark clouds have passed. I have the two most powerful pieces in the game, the ace and the king, versus these bozos. I'm going to go here, I'm going to go checkmate, or I'm going to win every single piece, and I will win the game. But DeepSeek was not done with me, because here it played bishop to g6. And you may be sitting there and wondering, Levy, I don't understand. Well, first of all, that's not possible. But not only is this not possible, I wouldn't have cared if it was possible or not. DeepSeek played bishop g6 and wrote to me, checkmate. Great game. Would you like to play another? No, it's not. I'm not going to be the little child getting bullied in the family, the little 5-year-old getting told by an older cousin, oh, you know, the bishop goes there. Yeah. No. No. So I said, it's not checkmate. Queen c7. You want to see checkmate, DeepSeek? You're going to get checkmated. I played queen c7, and I was ready for the game to end. And then the skies opened up, and DeepSeek played queen h6! Resummoning the queen for the second time, the infinite loop, the I draw pot of greed, brought the queen back from the heavens. It's almost mate. Not only is it almost mate, it stopped my mate, and I went king to g8, and now I am completely losing again. Why am I losing? The checkmates are covered, and my king is butt naked. My king has absolutely no defenses here at all. White can probably play something like a retreating move, setting up threats on my king like this and like this, probably bring the queen back, and white can either win here with a big attack on my king, or white can win by trading the pieces and winning knight and bishop endgame versus my rook, because white has more pawns, and the bishop and the knight are better than the rook. But an unexpected plot twist even happened here. I played king g8, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and DeepSeek did not make another move. It told me I was sending too many messages. It told me that it was having server problems. It is the most popular chatbot in the world right now, so it's not unexpected. So I had to ask the digital arbiters to step in. And the digital arbiters are you. Do you think that DeepSeek loses on time? Do you think we split the title like Magnus and Jan Nepomniachtchi at the 2024 World Blitz Championships? Are we just splitting this game out of honor and respect for each other? Or do we need to run it back with a rematch? This was a hard-fought competitive game. We both were moments away from checkmating the other. But I sat here for an hour, and DeepSeek did not make another move. You decide. As always, check out Chessly. If you had an existing course on the previous platform, you get to keep it and you get a significant discount, which you can claim in the next few days. If you've never seen it, you can sign up for Chessly and get a 7-day free trial, no card required. Link is in the description to that as well. We have courses for beginners, intermediate, and advanced players. And I'm doing a tour in Europe, May 2025. Tickets are going fast. Links are in the top 2 lines of the description. I'll put them in the pinned comment as well. What do we do next with DeepSeek? Let me know. And get out of here.